Search is evolving, and Google is evolving, but I like to say that Google is the comfort food of search. It's the meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and peas of search. We like the 10 blue links. They tell us where to go. You can ask it almost any question, and it gives you the answer you want or need immediately, most of the time. But search is changing. In fact, when I was putting this presentation together, I went looking for pictures of meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and peas, but I didn't go to Google. I actually went to Flickr. And there are 22,000 pictures of meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and peas, by the way. It took me about 11 minutes to find that one picture that I wanted to use. And by the end of this search, I was actually hungry for meatloaf. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make myself some meatloaf for dinner. But I didn't go to Google. I went to allrecipes.com, and I looked at this recipe from Janet Caldwell. It's got 22,000 people have rated this 4.5 stars. This must be amazing meatloaf. I start reading the recipe. It seems really too much for me. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to make meatloaf. Let's be real. I'll go out for meatloaf. But I don't go to Google. I go to Yelp, and I say best meatloaf in Boston, Massachusetts, which is where I live, and I find 2 restaurants that I remember. This is my initial consideration set. This is Pop's Restaurant, which is awesome, by the way, but the parking is terrible, and I'm like, I'm not dealing with that, so I'm not going to Pop's. And then there's the All-Star Sandwich Bar, which is amazing. It's loud. They've got music, lots of beer. It's a very social environment. There are TVs, so I can watch the game. And I remember that for all the reasons I love All-Star Sandwich Bar, my wife does not. So we're not going. So I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe I should make meatloaf, but instead of reading a recipe, why don't I go to YouTube and watch a video on how to make meatloaf? But this video is 10 minutes and 12 seconds long. I have ADD, people. I can't watch 10 minutes of making meatloaf. I mean, are you kidding me? So I go to 5min.com, where you can learn how to do anything in 5 minutes or less. And I start watching this video, which is awesome. This is 3 minutes and 25 seconds long. I'm really into it. I'm like, I can do this, I've got that. And then she says, you need a meatloaf pan. And I'm like, crap, I don't have a meatloaf pan. So I go to Amazon. I order myself a meatloaf pan. It should be here in 24 hours. I've got some time to kill. You know I'm a history buff. And I'm like, wait a second, who invented meatloaf? Well, it's the German Americans from Pennsylvania. Thank you guys for inventing meatloaf. You've made my life wonderful and comfortable. And then I look at this picture, which doesn't look that appetizing, and I think, you know what? I'm really trying to lose weight. I wonder how many calories from fat are in meatloaf. So I go to Wolfram Alpha. I type in 2 pounds of ground beef. It tells me 1,138 calories from fat. That is disgusting, people. I can't believe I was even considering this. Who eats this? So I go to Facebook and I join the Meatloaf Sucks group. It turns out there are 30 other people that hate meatloaf as much as me. And one of these people wrote an 1,100-word essay on how much he hates meatloaf. And he hates it so much because he got E. coli when he made meatloaf at home once before. And I'm kind of a hypochondriac, and I'm like, what is E. coli? I have no idea. I'm reading this article, I'm completely petrified, and then it says you need to get your meatloaf to 160 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't have a meat thermometer. What am I supposed to do? And then I think, you know what? If you want to know what the pulse of the nation at any one moment, all you do is go to Twitter and type in a search. So I type in meatloaf, and there are 2 things that jump out at me. Hey, I do, laughing out loud, my fiance makes a banging meatloaf. I'm pretty sure that's a euphemism, by the way. So I just ignore that. This one says, finish my meatloaf, still not got a clue what the hell I just ate. I'm very confused. I'm like, you know what? I don't want a meatloaf pan anymore. So I go to Amazon, I type in meatloaf so I can cancel my pan, and I get Meatloaf, the artist. Right? Meatloaf, Bat Out of Hell is a phenomenal album, right? I mean, that is good music. It's great. Really good album. Does anyone here know Meatloaf's real name? I don't either, but it's Marvin Lee Aday. He's from Dallas, which I didn't know. And then I remember something that I saw way back here on Twitter. On the bill tomorrow night at the Bank of America Pavilion, VIP tent for Meatloaf. So I go to Ticketmaster. I order 2 tickets to the Meatloaf concert. My wife and I get some Meatloaf tonight. We take a bunch of pictures of Meatloaf in the venue. In the morning, I upload them to Flickr, and I'm like, wait a second. I was here 24 hours ago looking at pictures of Meatloaf on Flickr. Yep. This is how the internet works. This is how people buy. We've all done it, right? I know you've gone online to check out the latest and greatest in mattresses, and 2 days later, new golf clubs arrive, right? I know. Just because there is more information available does not mean one can consume more.